Hey, what is happening, everybody? It's your boy John Denton back. Yeah, it's the 12 days of Dismas. Merry Dismas to everybody if you're watching this after Christmas 2019. Don't matter. Still the same content. Right, listen. I knew that one Dis battle, one beef, it was legendary and I had to do it. I had to get to it. And I've actually heard this track before because this is off one of my favourite albums. And while I was aware that it was a Nas diss, I never really dived into the lyrics. I was just listening to this record when it came out many years ago and enjoying it. Now I'm going to get into it properly. It's of course Takeover from Jay-Z. Jay-Z's music's just come to Spotify. It's all working out perfectly in terms of timing. Quickly before I start, make sure you subscribe. We're on a whole this series here. There's going to be a ton of videos along with all the full album reactions you can expect on this channel and all the other content you're used to on this channel. So don't worry, that's going nowhere. And finally, there is a Patreon link down in the description. I cannot do reactions without the support of my amazing patrons. Even just clicking on the link would mean the world. Ooh, haven't heard this in ages.
ROC, we running this rap shit. Memphis Bleak, we running this rap shit. B-Mac, we running this rap shit. The takeover, the break's over, nigga. God MC, me, J-Hover. Hey, little soldier, you ain't ready for war. Pin to a test, chest in line of fire with your thin ass vest.
This is so ridiculously good. Listen, I've heard a couple of tracks in this series so far, but this is just on a completely different level. Just as a piece of music, if nothing else. Unbelievable. But yeah, I got it even at the time. I was like, this just felt like, is this like competition? It's a bit like Kendrick's Control verse, but maybe a bit more savage. You know, he's taken over New York. This is what it is. He's the guy. I didn't realise there was no references to Prodigy, Mobb Deep, etc. in here as well. I just thought it was all aimed at Nas. But given what's happening, given what the follow-up video will be as well, I'll just focus on the Nas stuff.
80 niggas will kidnap your baby, spit at your lady. We bring knife to fist fight, kill your drama. We kill you motherfucking ants with a sledgehammer. Don't let me do it to you, Dunny, cause I overdo it. So you won't confuse it with just rap music. ROC, we run.
Straight up, didn't even realise any of this stuff was a Prodigy. I always thought it was all at Nas. But yeah, we're coming up to the real stuff in a minute.
In this rap shit, M-Easy, we running this rap shit. The Broad Street Bully, we running this rap shit. I don't care if you mob people.
Oh, the guitar.
You little fuck, I got money stacks bigger than you, cause I sing you. Then you drop shook one, switch your demeanor. Well, we don't believe you, you need more people. Rockefeller, students of the game, we pass the class, cause no hold a mask, put your body in a hole. No, you're not on my level, get your breaks tweaked. I sold what your whole album sold in my first week. You went from nasty Nas to Esco's trash. Had a spark when you started, but now you're just garbage.
Straight away in with the savagery. He went from nasty Nas to Esco's trash. Had a spark when he started, but now you're just garbage.
That's why your careers come to an end. It's only so long fake thugs can pretend. Nigga, you ain't live it, you witnessed it from your folks' pad. You scribbled in your notepad and created your life. I showed you the first tech.
That's savagery. That is savagery. As much as anything, threats, all this sort of stuff, that's savagery. It's when the character, when the facade, when the persona gets unraveled, that's when I really think that this track really comes into play. It's only so long fake thugs can pretend. Dude, you ain't live it. You witnessed it from your folks' pad. You scribbled it in your notepad and created your life. That's savage, dude. That's savage.
And I heard your album about your tech on the dresser, so yeah, I sampled your voice. You was using it wrong. You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. Oof. And you ain't get a coin, nigga. You was.
That's Big Brother, eh? I sampled your voice. You were using it wrong. You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. Your own voice.
I paid God. Searchlight Publishing. Use your. You said you've been in this 10. I've been in it 5. Smart enough, Nas. 4 albums in 10 years, nigga. I could divide. That's one every, let's say 2. 2 of them shits was due. One was nah, the other was Illmatic. That's a one hot album every 10-year average, and that's so.
That whole sequence, that whole schemes, it made me think about Nas in a way the whole time. This is back before I'd ever even heard Nas, and that's me being honest. That shows what a line can do in one of these tracks. Is that's made me think a certain way about Nas forever, and it's only since probably 5 or 6 years after that, where I first heard Illmatic, that I was like, oh fuck. It's actually, I just thought this guy was lame. He was just some shit guy, but it turns out, yeah, obviously that album's incredible, but. That's how powerful these lines can be.
Nigga, switch up your flow, your shit is garbage. But you trying to acknowledge your niggas gonna learn to respect the king. Don't be the next contestant on that Summer Jam screen because you know who. Yeah, you know what, well, you know who. Yeah. Just keep that between me and you, nigga. ROC, we running this rap shit. M-Easy, we running this rap shit. The Broad Street Bully, we running this rap shit. Get zipped up in plastic when it happens.
So I never known that because you know who, did you know what, well you know who, but let's keep that between me and you. I never knew, I never really picked up on any of that. And that's to do with Jay having an affair with Carmen Bryan, the mother of Nas's first child. Fuck, that's pretty savage. That's that. I mean, there we go. That you've got to expect a comeback, right?
A wise man told me don't argue with fools, cause people from a distance can't tell who is who. So stop with that childish shit, nigga, I'm grown. Please leave it alone, don't throw rocks at the throne. Do not bark up that tree will fall on you. I don't know why your advisors ain't forewarned you. Please, not Jay, he's not for play. I don't slack a minute. All that thug rapping and gimmicks, I will end it. All that yapping me finished. You are not deep, you made your bed, now sleep. And all you other cats throwing shots at Jigga, you only get half a bar. Fuck y'all niggas.
All the other cats throwing shots at Jigga, you only get half a bar. Fuck y'all. And obviously, not going to say the word, but what a brilliant way to end it. What? That song is so ridiculously good. It's such an amazing track. Just the guitar, the beat, everything about it. But also, there's some savagery on there. Like I said, I'm not going to focus on the Mobb Deep Prodigy stuff, just because that's kind of not where my follow-up video is going. But he went for Nas there, and he really, really, really went pretty heavy. And it was all so slick. But people say that Nas won, so I'm excited to go listen to Ether now and really, really pay attention to it as much as possible. But it was a real pleasure to listen to that song again. I'm not going to pretend I haven't heard it before. Would probably do better for the views, but I'm just not that guy. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you let me know all the disses I need to react to. It's the 12 days of Dismas, but this can go on. There's no limit to how much this can go on, but it's fucking good fun. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new. There is that Patreon link, and guys, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace!